Loving the scootering. Great way to get around the ANU, that's for sure. Perfect campus. One of the things I've always loved about ANU is that it's such a beautiful campus. You know, so much greenery and really incredible native Australian landscape. And it's a really walkable, open, rideable campus. The number of bikes on campus this time of year when the sun's come out, it's the springtime, flowers are blooming. It's absolutely awesome, and I think that just creates a really nice vibe about this place. I do like to say that you want to be studying in a place that's going somewhere, you know, where things are changing and evolving. You know, one of the things with universities is if they don't keep innovating, then they tend to stagnate. But ANU, so much going on here, so much under development, such a big focus here on research and you know, new things. I think that gives you a really good opportunity to have exposure to lots of new opportunities, which as a young person trying to work out what you want to do with your life is definitely a good thing. Here's one of the main things that I love about the ANU, outside of the amazing academic side of things, but it has this beautiful campus, absolutely spectacular outdoor space. But then in just a couple of steps, you're like right in the middle of things here in Canberra. And obviously, as a student, that gives you tons of options. It gives you options, places to go and eat, places to have coffee, hang out, do some work, and of course part-time work. So that's definitely a big advantage of being right down here in the middle of the city. And what we got here is like a little kind of pop-up temporary student area, because the main student central hub is being redeveloped, as you've seen in some of these other shots. It's going to be spectacular once it's finished, but in the interim, this is a pretty funky little space, sort of like the food vans going on. Plenty of chilling out to be done. It's neat, they've done a good job with this as a temporary space. Now of course by the time you're watching this video, this might no longer be here and you might have something even better. But for now, this time of year, this is nice, I like it. Let's talk about student satisfaction, and what you can do is look up the Australian Government's Quality Indicators of Learning and Teaching, the QUILT website, where they actually display a whole ton of data from people who've studied at this university, who are studying, who've been surveyed. So that's people just like you and the things that they say about studying at the ANU. Now ANU actually rates pretty well here, slightly above the national average, and if you look at the specific discipline areas, graduate satisfaction ranges somewhere between 72% right up to like 95% for some of the individual college areas. So once again, so critical when you're looking at rankings and this kind of data, satisfaction data, for you to drill down into it to find the area that you're specifically interested in it and see what people think about that specific area. Oh, wow, well I can certainly vouch for the fact that the coffee at the ANU Sports Centre is spot on. So important. So one of the things that's really good to know about the ANU is that it actually ranks incredibly well when it comes to graduate employability, and that's not just on national indices but also on international indices, and that's because the university is obviously so well ranked in many ways. But really easy for graduates to get a job, which is fantastic news. One of the programs that I absolutely love at the ANU is the mobility programs. The global learning programs and opportunities here are phenomenal. The faculties, the colleges do an incredible job, as does the Central Global Learning Office, in providing some incredible international study experiences for students. And one of the things which is pretty unique, I'm not sure if other unis have picked this up yet, but it was definitely started here at the ANU, is a first-year overseas study taster program called the Primo program. So you can check that out in the link below. But this is an opportunity for first-year students to go and get a taster of overseas study experiences created here at the ANU, and definitely gives you an extra thing to add to the resume, as well as that little doorway into what it's like to study overseas, and then many other options available beyond that. So definitely in terms of career development, student experiences outside the classroom, the ANU is doing some really good stuff.
I enjoy it. A lot of I study science, so everything that we're learning, all of our lecturers are directly involved in. So it's new research being taught directly. It's a research university, so you're getting that first-hand to new information.
Well, let's talk about rankings, because rankings are important to some people, and my caveat with rankings is always, check the details of what you're looking at, because even universities that maybe don't rank so well can have areas where they're exceptionally strong, and vice versa. Universities that are particularly exceptional in the overall rankings might have areas where they're not necessarily strong, so always look at the detail. ANU though, the Australian National University, perhaps unsurprisingly, is one of Australia's top ranked universities, either number 1 or number 2 typically on just about any ranking that you look at. And if we look a little bit further, globally, ANU is ranking somewhere between 20th and 50th in the world, depending on exactly which ranking that you're looking at. If we start to break this down by subject, ANU does extremely well. It was actually ranked 6th in the world in a few years ago. For politics, 8th in the world for social policy and admin, 10th in the world for arts and humanities, 13th in the world for archaeology, and 14th in the world for history. So it's obviously a university that has many strengths and a lot of depth across all its academic areas. Well, I've got to say, I've been thoroughly impressed by my walk around the ANU. This place is obviously going places. They're going to have some incredible new infrastructure in the very near future. And when you combine that with the incredible research that's being done here day to day, the clear investment in the student life, this amazing campus just full of greenery, but that's right on the doorstep of Canberra's CBD area, this is amazing. I've been blown away. What a great place to come and study. Anyway, please drop your comments about what it's been like to study here in the comments below, and I will see you next time on A Life That Travels. Whatever you're getting up to today, I hope it's a good one. I'm Rob Malicki. Have a good day.